Hey everyone, I'm sorry this took so long to make. It's been over a month that I announced this Q&A. It's just that I've realized I had to finish my finals at university first before I can record this. As you may have noticed, I didn't have that much time for covers either, but thankfully that's done now, so here we go. Have you ever thought of singing? No, I'm a pretty musical person, but singing is not one of my talents, so no. Are you going to do any more How to Train Your Dragon covers? Yes, definitely when the third movie comes out, because I really love the soundtrack to the second movie, so I think the soundtrack to the third movie will be great as well, because it's still John Powell and I love his work. I'm sure it will be great. Do you have any advice for anybody learning piano? I think especially in the early phases when you're not that good yet, consistency is key. So I think it's normal if you're not always motivated to practice, but I think it really helps if you have a daily goal in mind. So I think it really helps if you tell yourself you're gonna practice every day for like 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever works for you. I saw in some of your videos that you are wearing headphones. Why is that? Well, the thing is, if you have a digital piano like this one, it's actually better if you play using headphones because the sound is actually much better. That's of course different if it's an acoustic piano because you have the real strings there. But if you have a digital piano, I really recommend you to buy some good headphones because that's just as important to get a good audio experience. What is your process for arranging a song on the piano? Well, first of all, I have to choose what to cover, of course. I go by requests I get and the popularity of a certain song or TV show it's from. Of course, there's also the factor if I like it, because I don't really cover music that I don't like personally. And once I've chosen a song, I try to memorize the melody, I figure out the chords. I usually do that by listening to the song and playing the piano alongside. Sometimes I also use an audio program to slow down certain sections if there's a complicated melody. And if it's piano medley, the whole process takes a bit longer, of course, because first you have to learn the different songs and then you have to put them together in a way that makes sense. And of course you have to find transitions and sometimes you have to transpose certain songs to make those transitions work. So yeah, piano medleys are the most work for me, but they're also really rewarding because it's really nice when you're at the end of the process and you feel that medley coming together. Who's your favorite character out of Steven Universe? For most of the show that used to be Garnet. I like how she was kind of mysterious, but over the course of the show you realize she's a really loving person and really cares for Steven. And so out of the Crystal Gems I like her the most. But ever since the new episodes, I really like Peridot the most because she's made such a progression as a character and she's just so quirky and lovable, so she's my favorite now. Who are some of your favorite composers? As far as film music goes, I really like John Powell, who did the soundtrack for How to Train Your Dragon and the Bourne movies. And then there's also Hans Zimmer, of course, who actually did a concert a few weeks ago in Zurich that I went to. That was really cool. And he has a lot of great soundtracks, like The Lion King obviously, and Inception, Interstellar. Yeah, he has lots of great stuff. Then there's also Michael Giacchino, who did the music for some of my favorite Pixar movies, like Ratatouille and Up, Inside Out. Yeah, he's also really good. I also listen to classical music every once in a while, and I really like Rachmaninoff, who has some really fantastic piano pieces that are really hard to play, but they're quite beautiful. And there's also his second piano concerto, which is one of my favorite pieces of music ever, so even if you don't like classical music, I think that's something everyone should listen to at least once. Question: how many keys can you reach with just your pinky and your thumb? What do you do besides playing piano in your free time? Well, I watch a lot of cartoons, obviously. I like Gravity Falls and Steven Universe, Adventure Time, all that stuff. I'm not that big of a gamer actually. I used to be in my teens, but ever since I started studying at university, I didn't really have time for that anymore. And I also do a lot of sports, like I like going snowboarding and hiking, which is really cool here in Switzerland. When will you do the sheets for your Rick and Morty suit? Actually, I just started transcribing it earlier today, so I'll probably finish it in a few weeks. Did you have a favorite Disney film growing up? Yeah, I used to watch The Lion King 2 a lot, so not the first film actually, even though that's a lot better, but yeah, my sister and I used to watch The Lion King 2 all the time, And a bit later I got addicted to Finding Nemo. I watched that like every weekend for months really. And I still really like that movie, so I'm excited for Finding Dory. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll try to be more productive with videos and sheet music over the summer because I think I'm gonna have more time than during the semester for all that. About sheet music in particular, I'll try to make sheets for Rick and Morty, We Are the Crystal Gems, Megalovania and Princess Mononoke. So I'm gonna concentrate on those 4 things first, and if you have other requests, let me know. And as always, thank you so much for your support. I announced this Q&A when I had like 75,000 subscribers, and now we're actually moving close to 100,000. I don't really know yet what I'm gonna do for that milestone, but I'll figure something out. That's gonna be something special. Okay, that's all. Cheers!